All right, cut the music. Yeah,
Wow,
everybody.
okay.
Welcome to the Comedians of Wrestling podcast.
hey,
I am
listen.
your host,
No. That's not very Ucey of you, man.
bro. We have to get there's. I'm chomping at the bit here. I'm feeling Ucey, and I didn't want to wait for the music to talk. We got so much to talk about.
Okay.
We're a day late, not at a dollar over. Many are saying. I'm here. I'm ripped up. I'm drinking the snake oil right now.
I got an orange Celsius. Shout out to my man, Josh Huff. Has a song about drinking Celsius. And you know what? If you haven't drank Celsius, I highly recommend you do. It's also 7:45. I should not be drinking this, but
I drink Celsius many mornings before the gym, actually. To be honest, but right now I'm drinking the snake oil, bro.
oh wow, you got the snake oil.
I
and
got the Vital Reds. I'm amped up.
orange
yeah,
Celsius, great flavor.
The orange Celsius is pretty good. I don't like orange, but I'm
a big
drink
orange
that, and
guy.
I also have
I
the
love orange.
watermelon one.
Watermelon good. Peach vibes is sick.
There's also tropical vibes.
Tropical vibes. Arctic
Tropical.
blast.
Yeah. We know our Celsius, folks. Yo. COW, Comedians Wrestling Podcast. Podcast for comedians dissect wrestling to an unhealthy degree. You know all that. Patreon.com/Comedians Wrestling. Support us. We do this on our own. Throw us a couple bucks. Also, Tullo, I don't know when we're going to do it, but I don't know what your schedule is this weekend, but wouldn't mind doing a Crown Jewel bonus app.
Bro, I honestly, completely forgot Crown Jewel.
You texted me like, yo, let's do a Dynamite bonus app, and I'm like, we should do a Crown Jewel bonus app.
I mean, are you going to be watching live tomorrow? I'm
going to try to watch it. It's at 9 a.m., but I'll be at the gym, so, but I'll be back. Well,
I'm going to be on the golf course, so I might actually just put it on my phone while I play. My friend's going to hate me, but.
Oh, man.
Maybe I'll walk tomorrow.
Wait, does he say?
What happened?
I know this is annoying, but oh, what the fuck, man? Did this actor just die?
No. You're breaking news live on the pod.
Yeah, I didn't mean. Let's see. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, wait, hold on. I'm gonna explain what just happened here, but let me just get the full answer here, guys. Give me a second. Oh, okay. They canceled Westworld. Oh, okay. Got it. The show. I thought,
dude. Listen to me. Okay?
I thought my buddy played a part.
Listen.
Oh my god, that's.
Let me talk to you right now. Can I be real with you right now about something? You gotta be more careful with your words and how you say things, because just. You got to be on high alert. You never know. I'm very anxious right now. You come on here and all of a sudden you start saying, "Whoa, did this actor die?" And then you're like, "Oh, wait,
shit!" I got nervous at this, and I can't even remember what his name is.
Westworld.
Yeah. Oh my god, my friend is on the show Westworld. Okay,
I haven't. That was the first time I took a breath.
He plays a character on the show who. He plays like whatever. It's a spoiler of a show that's canceled. He plays a young version of Ed Harris on the show, you know, and then he posted something that was like, "Yo," and I guess he was responding to the show being canceled. But I thought that he was saying like Ed Harris had passed away. Oh I'm such an idiot, bro.
Oh
I think I got rickrolled, folks. Yo. So anyway. We'll talk. We got the Crown Jewel. It's at 9 a.m. So when I get back from the gym, I'm going to be watching the Crown Jewel. But
I could probably rip an episode post Crown Jewel. You want to do that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you mean like right after, immediately?
No, like right after.
This is
but
the
like
Comedians of Logistics, folks. We're working out the logistics.
We do this every time we talk about a bonus episode. We actually don't end up doing the bonus episode, so let's just stop talking about the bonus episode, and maybe we'll actually do it tomorrow. Okay?
Yeah, it's a good call.
Okay, people.
No, but I'm definitely gonna be watching Crown Jewel, so I'm happy to rip it.
I'm literally gonna have it on in my golf cart while I golf tomorrow. So
cool. So
God, you hate sports.
Let's jump in. Well, I mean, what's the atmosphere over there? Houston might win the World Series. Do you feel that all the way in Austin?
Yeah, sure.
Austin doesn't have any. Does Austin have any professional sports teams?
We just got our soccer team, Austin FC, who just went to the Western Conference Finals in MLS, which is I mean, they sell out every game, 20,000 fans. So
That I certainly don't care about, but
it's pretty cool though. It's like a cool thing to have. Soccer's big in this part of Texas too. So it's
okay.
really passionate fans. It's fun. And then
All
other
right.
than that, UT, we have the University of Texas.
Yeah, yeah, you got the Longhorns. People are talking about the Longhorns. The Undertaker can't get enough of the Longhorns. He went from being an undead beast, phenom, into just a guy who likes college football. Overnight, almost. Overnight. Anyway, so what I want to talk about is Crown Jewel, but I think the place to start here is Sami Zayn. I kicked it off with Sami Zayn music because the amount of texts that I get, the amount of messaging I'm getting about the tremendous work that Sami Zayn is doing, and on top of it, the Crown Jewel press conference ended with everybody saying we want Sammy.
Yeah.
The crowd was saying we want Sammy chance. You know?
Did you see that Instagram post I sent?
No, which one?
So it was like they were all chanting, "We want Sammy," and then Roman cuts it off, and he's like, "Because of your behavior before, nobody's getting Sammy." And then like it's Sammy's tweet like over it, and he's like, "Ice cold." Ice
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
What he's right? Ice cold, my Uce.
Roman fucking broke during the Ucey thing. So we haven't talked about the Ucey thing. I mean, he broke Roman.
He broke them all, man.
He broke them
Jay
all.
Jay was fully broken.
So, Sami Zayn, man, this guy has really carved. What an incredible niche he has charged. He has carved for himself. Uh, uh, Sami Zayn, if you remember, I mean, on the Indies, he was El Generico, right? Mm-hmm. And when he was in NXT, he was easily falling into this place of he easily could have fell into a place of like indie complacency, right? I mean, he was an independent wrestling darling, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say indie darling. Yeah,
he's an indie darling, but he's smaller, you know. He's not a huge dude, you know. And when you get to the main roster of WWE, you know, you start wrestling a different breed of human, you know? Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's one of the most perfect examples of adaptability, you know, where you're like, you know, it's fucking Darwinism, you know, you gotta be able to adapt. And he could have easily stayed in that zone where he's like a mid-card guy and just put on great matches and have us all sit on this podcast and be like, yo, they don't do anything with him and blah, blah, blah. But what he did was he took every opportunity to like see the 8-dimensional element of pro wrestling and expand his character so that he's fucking irreplaceable. I just want to say, just this year, his Mania match was against Johnny Knoxville, which, by the way, was probably the best built-up feud of the year, if you want to be honest, you know?
Yep.
It was not just a goof throwaway match, though it was, and though being in the house for it, it was one of the biggest pop matches, probably one of the hottest matches of that whole Mania, both days of card, you know. And not to mention him and Knoxville went all out on red carpets, on social media, you know. They really that feud was like 8 months long or something, right?
Yeah.
And they let it into the Jackass Forever promotion, you know.
I mean,
fuck, man. I'm just saying, Sami Zayn is I'm the amount of texts I'm getting where someone's just saying, "Hey, Sami Zayn, one of my guys." He's fantastic. You know, he had a killer match with Cesaro down in NXT. Then when he came up to main roster, he had that amazing match with Cena where he got really fucking injured. He proved himself a wrestler, but he knew it wasn't gonna be enough. You got to be a fucking titan, you know.
I mean,
good for him.
I think also he stayed relevant during a time like with the whole conspiracy stuff, which was just such a smart move to play that character during that span and that time of wrestling too, you know? So it's like grows his hair out. He's got the long beard. he's this kooky, crazy guy, and he's got these conspiracies that everybody's out to get him, and it wins the Intercontinental title, makes
right, he
that
did like
title.
kind of the QAnon gimmick that kicked off the whole thing, right?
And weasels his way into this role, and it's just like he has done something rare, where no matter what happens, the outcome of whatever this is, whether he stays with us for like another year or like tears them apart from within and somehow wins the title or something else. However, whatever the outcome here is in this situation, Sami Zayn is going to be remembered for this for a very long time. For a very long time. And because he took what was a great idea in the bloodline, and then, it's funny because the bloodline and all that started before Triple H took over, And I think once Triple H took over, it allowed more of a creative freedom with that whole thing too. And I think it's really shined for everybody.
Well, also,
across
Sami
the board,
Zayn's well positioned, just like all of Triple H's guys. I mean, Triple H came out swinging where it's like, my guys are going to be treated very well, almost to a fault, to be honest. It kind of bothers me a little bit that, like, you shouldn't have to be like you shouldn't have to be in that clique to feel, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, and not to mention how well they did the solo, just transition as well. Like, use it as a perfect time when it was at Clash of the Castle, gets involved then. That character is like incredible. It's just a great dynamic, and it just keeps getting, whenever you think, it's not like it's new every single week. There's something new. It's like family drama. It's like we're literally watching a sitcom right now. It's like it's pretty fucking crazy how good it is, like how good of television it is. Like I'm just excited every week. I want to, when they're on TV, the Bloodline's on TV, whether it's with Roman or without, you want to watch the segment, and that's incredible. It's incredible. It's easily, hands down, the best thing in professional wrestling right
now. I totally agree. I agree. I mean, there's nothing else to really say. Just great work. Keep your eyes on fucking Sami Zayn. He's just killing it. I mean, he's having fun with wrestling in the way where it's like he don't need a title. He uses his TV time.
Just like even just in the sense of being like a leader in the locker room, I think having those vibes where you can get Roman to enjoy what he's doing, that shit's contagious, right? So if like the best wrestler in the whole entire world is coming to work every day and he's pumped because he gets to work with Sami, and he's pumped because he's on top of the world and he's the best wrestler in the world and he gets to portray that, that's contagious around everybody. And you could see it, man. It's like spread across everybody. Rollins, Gunther, all the champions, all the women are stepping up. Like it's very contagious. There's a really good chemistry within WWE right now, and it's interesting to see. Like, did you see Clash at the Castle had an $8 million gate, and SummerSlam was the most viewed SummerSlam in the history of SummerSlam?
I didn't know that.
So like, people were like, "Oh, how would you say Triple H has done up until this point?" Well, before those numbers, you would be like, I'd give him like a 7, 8, like I think he's done a very good job. When you hear those numbers, you're like, damn, he got people to show up to 2 huge events, like 2 massive events, not just show up, but tune in. There was actually, Nashville didn't sell that many tickets. Half the stadium was blacked out, but it's interesting time, man, going into Crown Jewel and then right into, Survivor Series, and then the next pay-per-view isn't until Royal Rumble, so there's going to be a lot of cool shit. A lot of Cody coming back. Dude,
I took a little Saudi detour for the past minute, by the way.
Yeah. All right. Where'd you go, man?
I took a Saudi detour, which is, I've been reading about, I mean, we don't need to go far into this, but I didn't know this. The whole WWE deal is part of a thing called Saudi Vision 2030.
Oh my God, don't tell me this goes to 2030.
No, they have a 10-year contract starting in 20. So yeah, it goes to 2028.
Oh my god.
Started in 2018. They have a 10-year contract, so we'll be getting Saudi shows through 2028. But this is called Saudi Vision 2030. And so the idea is that they're trying to revamp kind of the image of the Saudi government, you know. And one of the it's not even just that. I didn't really understand all the stuff they were really doing here,
Man.
but I guess it's a way to they're trying to fix the popularity of uh, of the prince over there. They're, I'm avoiding the way political elements of this, but this is so fucking interesting. But it's hilarious because if you read about all the stuff they're doing, you're like, oh wow, okay, this, and then you're just like, there's a lot. It's like WWE, like it, one of the main things they're doing is like improving the entertainment sector. So they have these WWE shows in Saudi, and then they lifted their 35-year moratorium on the construction of new movie theaters in the country. So they had a moratorium on movie theaters, so you weren't allowed to see movie theaters.
Hmm.
And they are building a Six Flags, and it's like, wow. Anyway, crazy. WWE's like involved in all that. Wild. So
didn't they have like the Undertaker like come out to Pitbull or something?
Yeah, he opened up for Pitbull. They just throw so much money here. It's like David Guetta does concerts there now. Wild. Anyway,
Crown Jewel, man.
So yeah, the shows there. Listen, here's the thing with Crown Jewel. It's interesting because they were so controversial when they first happened, and now it's like this is happening for at least another 6 years.
Whoa.
And the matches that happen on it matter, And you're like, it is what it is,
I'm like, I want to see that Brock versus Bobby match. Bad, man. Bad.
I wanted to ask you a question quick.
I want to.
We'll get into Brock Bobby because I want to stay because we were talking about Roman. I want to stick on Roman for a second.
Okay.
How big of a star is Roman Reigns?
Massive.
Roman Reigns has had the WWE title now for it'll be almost 2 years. He actually hit the 200. He hit
2 years.
He hit 2 years already?
Yeah.
Or maybe did he just hit it?
I don't know. He hit it. Yeah. They did the whole thing.
He just hit the did he hit the 600-day mark? I think that's what he hit.
He did 2 years.
What the fuck is the milestone? I just saw it. Roman Reigns title milestone. Let's see if that's going to give me what I'm looking for. Tribal Chief just hit the 200-day milestone as the holder of both titles. That's what it was.
Oh.
I got it. Since he's been the unified champion. But he hit the 2-year milestone in August.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because he won it at that SummerSlam is when he got it back. God, that's crazy. He won that title right when he came back. That's when he debuted with Heyman. He won it that first match he came back, I think, against Braun? Was it Braun and Brock in a match, I think?
I don't know. I
don't
remember.
Man, crazy how it goes. But he's had the title for so fucking long,
What? And he's done a great job.
He's great. But I guess I'm not insulting Roman. I'm just saying I do think Roman is not that well. I still think he's not that well known, given how big of a star he is. Like how I guess what I'm saying here is that casual fans, they know Roman Reigns. I think they've heard the name, but they don't know Roman Reigns like. I'm just trying to think how much of a household name is Roman Reigns. I said what prompted this. I said Roman Reigns to one of my friends, like a comedian, and they didn't know who that was, and I was a little shocked, And I was like, you know what, Roman Reigns is still a wrestling champion.
This is his moment, right?
Yeah.
This is it. This is that. All right, like this is that Cena. This is that Rock. Like this is that moment for him. He has
because of Logan Paul.
He's been. Yeah, because of Logan Paul. Honestly, listen, Jake Paul's coming, right? So you have to understand, Jake Paul gets talked about in sports media, okay? In the MMA world, on ESPN, right? Like they bring these guys in. Yeah, he just beat Anderson Silva.
Oh, I saw he was fighting him, but I mean, Anderson Silva's like
So here's the
55
thing.
years old or something,
Whatever,
you know?
whatever, right?
And he beat him at
Views.
boxing or MMA?
Boxing.
So Anderson Silva's not a boxer.
Okay. Whatever. Don't worry. Don't get caught
Main
up.
thing
Don't get
is
caught up.
kicking. No, all right, yeah.
Selling pay-per-views, you get
Yeah.
eyes on, right? There's advertising that Jake Paul's going to be there too. Logan's got his following, and this is happening at Crown Jewel, and Roman's on this pedestal. The reaction for Roman out there is going to be massive, like huge. The production out there for Roman is going to be huge. That entrance is going to be wild. They're going to be fucking blowing so many fireworks off the top of that stadium when he comes out. And it's going to be a long ass entrance.
Yeah.
And this is his moment right now to have one of those like theatrical matches that is like almost like the movie Creed, you know, like, or something like that. You know, it's like it's a movie in itself on the Crown Jewel with this kind of like vibe. And this is it. And I think how he comes out of this, because he's going to win, there's no way he loses. No chance in hell. If he loses, that's the craziest decision they've ever made in their whole entire lives.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, there's
wild.
no chance. There's truly no chance that
If
Logan
you
Paul
want
wins.
to just like shock the world, and Roman's, I just don't see how Roman's cool with it. But if you want to shock the world,
I don't think Roman has a choice, you know?
I mean, something's got to go down. Logan should hit the punch, right?
Well, because he's got the steel plates in his hands or whatever, the nails. He's
should
got the
hit
screws.
He should hit the punch.
Yeah. Okay, I'm down with that. Well, I'm just saying, I feel like Roman is great. My point here is that Roman is fucking great. You know, he's doing a great job. And I kind of like that Roman's a wrestling champion.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, I like that about him. And I like that he's not really, like, crossing over and translating, you know? You know, it's just kind of like, there's different types of champions. There's guys like The Rock who are more mainstream, you know, and then there's some wrestlers, they're fucking workers, like Randy Orton, right? Randy Orton's a fucking carny. You know what I mean? He's a wrestling champion. You know, then there's like in between guys like Triple H. Triple H is well known because of DX and all that, you know. But Roman, he's wrestling. I don't see him as crossing over, and I like that. I just have an epiphany where it's like, you know what, Roman? He said he was gonna be part time. He might try for a little bit, but Roman's a fucking worker.
He's in a money lane.
Through and through.
He's in a money lane right now. He doesn't have to wrestle on Raw and SmackDown. He shows up. Like the theatrics of the other week where Sammy and Jay were having beef, and then Jay and Jimmy started having beef, and then all of a sudden Roman's music hits and he comes out, and you're like, all right, Michael Cole's like, Daddy's here, you know, Daddy's home, whatever it is. He's in such a money spot right now, man. And he has elevated what it means to be a champion. Whoever beats him, that's huge. Like, that's so big. And honestly, to me, there's only two guys.
Rock and Cody.
It's Cody and Seth. That's it. Two guys. Cody.
You don't think The Rock?
No.
Here, all right. Couple things. A lot to say. Side note though, did you see Black Adam or no?
No. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about The Rock.
I heard people. You know what? People, the way they talked about it, I was like, I'm gonna see it.
Here's a very important. A very important thing about WrestleMania this year is that they're talking about moving the Money in the Bank match to WrestleMania. So, if The Rock was to beat Roman for the title, say Seth wins the briefcase, and then he cashes in on The Rock, now you're great. That just means Austin Theory's got to get rid of this briefcase before Mania.
Interesting. I was reading the side note, another side note, but I was reading that they're talking about maybe having a title where Austin would lose the case to somebody else. You know,
I hope they don't do that. They did that. They did that.
They were going to pull an Otis. You know,
but he's doing a good job.
Or there was something about how like Austin Theory fails to cash in. You know what I mean? Like you guys, you know, something happens where when he's going to cash it doesn't happen, and then the Money in the Bank match happens again. He's got to forfeit it. You know?
Yeah, him and Seth had a banger on Raw.
So
absolute banger.
All right, we have to talk about that match. It was the best part of Raw. Roman, Logan Paul. You were saying this. The story they're setting up is extremely clear here. You know, this would be my only. I don't know because I haven't seen the match, but this would be my only. It's not a gripe, but I hope that the match, the story they're telling is that Roman is very clearly not at all threatened by Logan Paul, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to underestimate him. That's going to allow Logan Paul to get his shit in a little bit, you know? And then Roman's going to have to take him seriously like 10 minutes into the match or whatever, right? Not 10, less than that. 6 minutes into the match.
Okay.
And then by that time, Roman will have taken enough damage by underestimating Logan Paul that they'll be able to have something that resembles an equal match, right?
Yeah.
And then
Logan's gonna have a big spot.
Paul will have a big spot, but then
like a
Roman
big move
will go over. Yeah,
I think Logan Paul's gonna have 2 moments. He's gonna have one of those moves like the frog splash to the outside table, but it's gonna be something different this time. I mean, he's been working on this moonsault, so maybe he does something crazy off the moonsault. And then I think he's got to hit the punch. And I think in somehow like he hits the punch, but like it's at like it's after the Superman punch, right? Like he like sneaks the right in or something like that. So like they're both out, Yo, Austin Theory too, man. Yo.
So, but the thing is, this is, well, yeah, Austin could cash in, but the what I think will happen in this match will be great. People will be like, that match was sick, and it will be mostly sold by like so many dope ass false finishes, because the consequences of that pin are so high that people are gonna go nuts for like a close 3 count.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very fun. But yeah, let's see. It's gonna be really cool. Moving on to what you said, Seth and Austin. Yeah. I just want to talk, me, sometimes I like to speak about the unimportant shit first. All right. We got to talk about it. Austin Theory is jacked up right now. Holy shit. I mean, Austin Theory looks like Cena. He looks like young Cena. He looks fucking awesome. He's fucking huge. They have almost the same build, those two guys, except Austin Theory has a better body. He's just a little smaller. But on top of that, I thought Seth is looking out of shape. Am I wrong?
No.
Seth maybe not out of shape, by the way. That's
I don't know.
But Seth next to Austin.
Well, that's different.
He looked almost like.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that's
like
literally
crap.
His body's like a perfect 10. Like I mean, no. I'm not taking this slander about Seth. There's no way.
Seth's body is not looking great right now.
No, come on, you're crazy.
Seth
could
use to take off a little time and get jacked up. No. I mean, he doesn't. He shouldn't take off because I don't really.
He's in a money zone, dude. He's fucking killing it. Put the blonde back in the hair. He's doing a great job with
his wedding.
He was.
Okay. I'm saying, I was watching those guys wrestle. I don't want to be a full-on body guy, but I was like, yo, Seth could use to be pumping up.
You don't want to be, but you are one. So it doesn't matter.
I think my thing with Seth is that I think he does too much CrossFit. He's doing too many. It's too much functional movements. He could use to be a little bit of a bodybuilder at this stage of his career. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I mean, that's fine.
All right. Anyway,
he's got the best Falcon Arrow in the game right now. Best Falcon Arrow in the game.
His Falcon Arrow is always sick. That match was really great. I love that Seth went over. It's nice to see Seth win. I feel like we haven't seen Seth win in so long.
He's a champ now, yeah. I mean, Austin Theory doesn't win. I think he won one match recently, and that's it.
That's true. The only guy who loses as much as Seth is Austin.
Oh shit! Tonight was Ray versus Gunther. That's on right now, huh?
Yeah, we're recording this as SmackDown is starting, so we didn't get to see it. But that's a sick match. Can we jump over to AEW for a second? It's pretty much all confirmed now that CM Punk is not coming back to AEW.
I think
we talked about.
I think that's official.
pretty fucking clear.
Can
It's
I put on
official without actually being official, even though I know for a fact it's official, you know?
Can I put on like a tinfoil hat, like for a second?
Yes, please do it. You had a lot to say. I'm going to make sure that I'll let you say it, my friend.
Like, man, it would just be so awesome if they just figured it out, because the storyline would be epic, right? Like, if this was something that like they could actually get through, the storyline would be sick. Like, it seems like the elite's going away, right? And I really hope that whatever is on the other side of what they're doing, I really hope it's something new and cool and awesome, because it'd be a real bummer if they just came out and did the same thing if they're telling this whole story about them be deleted. But man, oh man, seeing Cole Cabana out there really fucking put an end to things.
Well, I guess my question is this: even though we all seem to know, I think Colt Cabana wrestling that match because it was a way way higher profile match than he normally gets. You know, it's
Yeah.
a Jericho title match, though it's ROH, which to be honest, ROH I have it's a big complaint with AEW. I kind of have no bearing on what ROH means at all. It's I guess a company within a company. I have no idea. It's actually so sloppy that it's upsetting. Okay,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Every
I
segment
mean,
on AEW is for another title that means nothing. It's like all a mockery of the business for me. I really
listen to
don't
this.
like it.
Listen to this. Every single match on Dynamite, after it was over, somebody got attacked. And that's how they started the new storyline or continued a storyline on. So literally every single match. And the only one was when Cassidy won, Shibata came out.
Right.
But that's how he got his match. He just approached him. So with no rankings anymore, the only way Tony's told storylines across all of Dynamite was by attacks after matches. And it's not good. This is not Booker of the Year material. I'm sorry. Like, he's got to tighten up. They got to get ROH out of there. They need to, like, I really hope this elite stuff is part of the storyline where they're going to come in and like save the company, because Jeff Jarrett getting involved now and talking what he's saying, it's starting to get a little fucking crazy, man. It's like TNA, ROH, WCW, AEW, like
a lot of pushback on Jeff Jarrett coming in. My beef with Jeff Jarrett coming in is, I know you say my beef with Jeff Jarrett coming in. To be honest, I have no beef. I actually really like Jeff Jarrett. I have a lot of respect for Jeff Jarrett. Like, I don't know what the fuck he's done. Like, if anyone said he said something controversial, I don't know any of it. If he said anything, like, I don't know. But I'm just talking about Jeff Jarrett as like a dude in wrestling. I feel like he looks awesome for his fucking age. He keeps it fucking. He keeps himself in dope shape. He's always been a great bad guy. He's pretty slick on the microphone. I don't know. He's Jeff Jarrett. My problem is just that it's like when you turn on AEW and it's just like Jeff Jarrett and Sting stuff, you're like, what? What am I watching? It's like 1997, like that's my problem. And then, um, yeah, my other big problem is with Kenny and the Bucks, where I've kind of lost a lot of faith in them as storytellers, and those are all three wrestlers who are still one of my guys, No, I'm never gonna turn my back on the Bucks. I mean, just from my days watching them at PWG,
right.
like,
You bought T-shirts off them, right? And they
Hell
didn't
yeah.
have the T-shirts, but
they didn't have the shirt. You know the story. They didn't have the shirt. Then I think one of their wives mailed it to me.
Yeah.
I ordered it off YoungBucksMerch.com.
Uh-huh.
And they were like, "No, that one's on the website. Get it on the website." And then I ordered it from them there. Then I wrote the message like, "Yo, the shirt. If you order from the website, are the shirts soft?" And then they responded. This is, I'm not even kidding. And then I think like Nick Jackson's wife wrote me like, "No, these ones they're like gilded or whatever." And I was like, "All right, just send it anyway." Anyway, talk about I'll always respect all that shit. But like they're doing this like the elite thing or whatever. And first off, that's a great start. The fact that they're like, it's time to get rid of the elite, being like, that stuff's dead. Like
What's
when Cody left,
interesting,
it was over.
what's so interesting is that it's so directly tied to the company, right? Because that's all elite
Because
wrestling.
the E is in there, yeah.
Like it's so that's what I like. It's like, oh shit, like it feels like they're recognizing that this isn't all elite wrestling anymore. Like there is, if there's no elite, there's no all elite wrestling. That's my fucking stance, and I'm sticking to it. Like if they're not
You're
the
allowed.
elite, then this isn't all elite wrestling. It right now it's more ROH than it is all elite. You know, and that's facts, proven points. Like you could just see it across the entire show, and I miss the old AEW. I was really excited about the product, and Cody leaving was a big change, and then the brawl out was another thing, and all this Punk stuff. So I think it's gonna take some time. I don't think it. I think I'm just gonna accept the fact that right now it's not. They're coming to town soon. I think in December. I'm 100% gonna go to the show because I love going to their show live because I feel like I'm at a big old fucking seeing the best indie wrestlers in the world wrestle in front of me. Like that's what it feels like to me. Like, and it's so sick to be at because you're seeing some of the best wrestlers in the world in general be there. But as a TV product, like Shibata and Orange Cassidy is the only thing I'm going to really pay attention to on Rampage. I really don't know anything else that's going on because they're not really telling stories, you know?
Well, I'm definitely not engaged. I'm definitely not dialed in. And when the storyline you got is Jeff Jarrett hitting somebody with a guitar, it's not a great sign when a second ago, when you got Kenny Omega. And that brings me back to my point, which is that Kenny Omega and the Bucks have lost me in terms of believing, like having faith in their storytelling.
Yeah.
This is what I said when AEW started. When they were in their hot streak, I was like, right now we have so much trust for them. And I told you, if you go back in the episodes, that like they will lose at some point they will lose that like good grace, that good faith. And they will lose our trust a little bit, and we're there. Like, Kenny's done enough. He's done some good shit. He's done a lot of great shit, but I don't know. I don't
like
have
I
a lot of
said,
faith in where they're going with
same
it. But I'd love
context
to
as
be
what
wrong.
same context as I put Roman in, right? Kenny Omega should be that wrestler for AEW. He should be lifted up on a pedestal. He should be on top of the world. He should be everything that AEW is supposed to be, and they are not doing that with him. So this is a very important time for the Elite right now. Whatever they're doing, it needs to be massively successful. And I think what it feels like they're going for is that they have to battle out ROH, and they're going to draw lines in the sand and say, are you with ROH or are you with fucking the Elite? Are you an all elite wrestler or are you an ROH wrestler or are you a TNA wrestler? Whatever the fuck it is, right? You need to establish it because this is all elite wrestling. This ROH shit is no more. And they need to and it's going to, I think they're building towards that like war kind of element. And that's what I feel. Do I think they can pull it off, or do I think they'll do it? I don't know what they're thinking, but it seems whatever it is, it's really important. They need to get back in their groove. No rankings is very just shooting from the hip right now. They need to fucking. I'm playing too much Modern Warfare too. That's why I'm shooting from the hip. They gotta be like looking down scope.
I don't fuck with video games, bro.
I haven't played Modern Warfare or like Call of Duty games in a while, but this Modern Warfare 2 game is like so nostalgic and feeling of when the game was actually awesome. Team death matches and stuff. Fucking get to build your fucking guns up and shit. It's cool.
I love that.
A lot of fun. Thanks, man.
By the way, the snake oil is not really kicking in yet for me.
My Celsius is definitely kicking in. Can you tell?
No, this stuff didn't really hit me today, but I had a fucking late night, so I don't know.
How did last improv go? Can we take a last improv detour?
Last improv show last night was a big success. A resounding
Man, that cast
success.
is Oh, by the way, I watched was it Scared Friends? What was it on Comedy Central?
Cursed Friends.
Cursed Friends. I watched it when I was in Dallas for work this week, and
Oh shit!
I saw your part in it, and I think you said really want to jiggle your balls.
I said you could take
What
my
was your line?
balls and brand them or something. I forget my line actually.
I thought it was like I really want to
I'm
jiggle your
forgetting
balls.
now, but I think I had 2 lines, and then it went down to 1 in the edit. You know,
And it was something
take me and brand my balls or something.
uh,
Yeah.
brand
I don't
my
remember.
balls. Oh yeah, I think you had. Did you have a branding iron? I think you did. I think you might have.
Yeah, I had a branding iron, which was like they couldn't make it actually hot, so they had to make it look hot. So the
So
costume department was like making it look hot, and they were putting like gel on it and stuff. So so it would like, you know, and they're like, yeah, be careful with this thing, you know. Check that out, Curse Friends. But yeah, last improv show was great. Last night we had Taryn Killam do the monologues, which was fun. He told some really fucking hilarious stories, some stuff from SNL. It was really funny. And then we had Bobby Moynihan and Paul Scheer, and Darcy Carden, and me, and Paul Welsh and Neil Casey. It was a really fucking good time. Our next show, by the way, is, for people that don't know who are listening to this, to hear wrestling talk. I got an improv show in LA where we do
Fire me up.
we do comedic improv. But the next one's November 29th, and that one will be streaming.
Whoa.
So you can watch it virtually if you want.
Sick.
Yeah. So this is our first one. We're doing that where it's streaming. The theater that we're performing at has streaming capabilities, so they sell streaming tickets.
I mean,
So
wow.
should be pretty fucking cool.
That's
tickets,
sick.
Yeah, check out my Instagram. Actually, the show is at Last Improv Show. You can follow it. The ticket link's in there. The theater is Dynasty Typewriter. Yeah.
Maybe give him a shout out, or is it Christina that does it? But like, who does all the Instagram stuff?
I do.
You make all those posts?
Yeah, I do everything. Yeah. What do you mean? Which post? Like on the Instagram page?
Yeah, like the Last Improv Show, and like who puts all those together?
I do all of it, but I hire for if you want I have a photographer. I hire a photographer. I take some video and stuff. But yeah, I do all the social media for the Last Improv Show.
Bro,
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the flyers?
Yeah.
Stuff? Yeah. I do all that. Yeah, I do it all. Well, actually, one of the theaters, if we're getting into the logistics here for your wrestling marks out there, one of the theaters does it for me, and then the other theater doesn't. But sometimes I just make them anyway. Yeah. I kind of learned how to do it all.
Because, you were light years behind when it came to doing any kind of social media.
I know. I'm way better at it now. Yeah, I got better.
Our social media accounts are like a dark void. That's where we can go back and remember the good times. You know?
I know. But I mean, bro, you want to get into it? Podcast stuff is way harder. You know?
Oh yeah.
Whatever, you fucks. You come, you listen to us. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. Here's the plan. We'll get Last Improv Show. We'll blow that up. We'll get me something big, and then we'll have full on capabilities here. Okay.
Love it.
Let's look at the. Anyway, here's the other thing I wanted to say. Wait, what were you talking about?
I was gonna say I pitched a really good idea also in the on Instagram. I love when I get into these rants and I get into brainstorm mode and I just come up with these wild ideas. So I have to get them out. So I text Dan like 4 really long paragraphs of a whole entire quick brainstorm plan I had in my head.
Did you text me or grammed it?
Grammed it, I think.
To me or to
you?
It would be
Not to the Last Improv Show.
Well, no, I meant to me, just to me, or to the cow.
Just to you, man. But
all right, sick.
That's what I do to Dan all the time, and a lot of times he doesn't respond. I think he just reads them and like, okay.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing this. Well,
it's true,
I gotta be able to unread stuff on Instagram. Like Mark is unread on Instagram.
Yeah, so you can go back to it.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, no, I'll read that later, but I don't have that kind of fucking.
Same thing with text messages and stuff.
Yeah. Same thing as text. Like Christina will be like, I'll be like on her phone, you know, and just like doing something or whatever, and then she's like, "Don't click on anything I didn't read." Like she's like, "I will not know." She's really good about that. About she's really good about
I
you know
feel
what I'm
like
saying?
holding the person you're in like your partner's phone is like holding a landmine.
Listen, that's definitely true. You know what I mean? That like there's 100% true.
It's like
Like that's definitely true. I
you got a
mean,
grenade in your hand and you the pin is pulled. You know,
that's a dude. That's a whole thing. Social media, like just the phone in general, and being in a relationship, like any interaction you have on a phone with somebody, if your significant
oh
other
yeah.
sees it, it could be the most friendly thing. They're like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Like that's just
Honestly,
a fucking thing. But we don't. That's not a big problem for us.
I'm hoping to settle down one day soon,
Yeah,
right? So I can just get rid of social media. So I can just be like, all right,
yeah.
I just don't want these products in my life anymore. They're obviously just a very, very like just
Dude, if I had a regular
fucking.
life, I would not have social media.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like,
I really would. But then you say that, but then it's like,
I
well, the
can. Here's the
WWE
thing.
clips, the AW clips.
I,
It's like, there's some
listen. Here's the thing.
stuff to it that's great.
This Twitter thing with the $8 a month, good. See you later,
What is
Twitter.
that?
Don't need you anymore. I don't know. Musk is like gonna say he's gonna charge $8 and you can get verified or some shit, and then verify people. You see their content more. You don't right. All right, great. I don't need Twitter anymore. And then Instagram, I'm just gonna go through my shit and only follow like people I like and cool shit. You post some bullshit, I'm just gonna unfollow you, and I can just live in this fucking oasis
Yeah.
of social media bliss because it's just fucking.
Well,
It's just
the thing with Instagram is what's crazy about it is like, okay,
even yeah.
Instagram used to be a place
It's
where you post, we're like, yo, post like fun
true.
pictures. And you're
Right
like, oh,
now,
here's my
it's
friend, right?
yeah,
But then, like,
stories.
when I look at it now, once they introduce stories and stuff, it's like, so I post one stand up clip on there. I've only posted one. Really,
Yeah,
I posted some, but I've only posted one as like a story done right. Like
mm,
the proper way, and like that thing has like, let's see, that has like 17,000 views on it. You know, but if you just post like a picture, like even with like people in it who have big followings or whatever, when you do that, that still like doesn't get you engagement. You know what I'm saying? And then you're like, oh, I'm supposed to you get wrapped up in that wormhole where it's like you used to just post on there to be like, hey, check out friends, what I'm doing.
that's
It's
how
not
I use
such a
it. That's how
fucking
I use
business.
it now. Yeah, like I don't use it for
Yeah,
anything other than like today it was Danny. Check out Danny's nook. Like his little
right.
sleeping nook. And or like I'm at work doing this thing. It's pretty cool. Or like something funny. Like that's it. That's all I want to use it for. That's how I like to absorb it. But like, there's a lot of pressing matters in the world right now, and people that you enjoy following for the content that they're making, their content's put to the side, and they're voicing their opinions on
Right.
thing issues and topics that are important. And this has, I'm sorry we're going on a little detour here, but it's been on my brain, so I feel like now is a good time to talk about it. But it's every time there's this political like the voting's like coming up, everybody, it just gets everybody on edge like crazy, and it's just extreme oppositions and takes and sides and opinions, and you can't, there's no avoiding it because never thought we'd fucking be in this situation, but now we are, right? So it's like it's just such an interesting, very complex time to be on social media. And you don't want to not be on it because then you don't feel like you're consuming content that you should be aware of, but at the same time you're also consuming a lot of content that you shouldn't be.
I agree. I
Sorry,
it's different
I'm
because I'm
sorry.
in
That
the
was like
fucking biz.
eating at me inside, obviously, and it had to come out.
No, I know. I think. All right, back to wrestling. Let's get back to wrestling. Okay, we're never gonna cure social media.
No, I'm not
I'm
trying to
glad
cure
that
social media.
I've never really like been a Twitter guy. I'll say just a random thing. I never really. Twitter was just like Oh my god, it's just so. I don't really know why. I never really connected with Twitter, like just seeing people's like jokes without them performing them. You know, when Twitter was like no video, you know, I really just didn't
It's just
take
a
to it.
it's
Just
just
like
not
people just joke, like just straight up joke writing,
it's
you know?
it's just not it's and especially the wrestling community. I'm honestly probably just gonna I might delete it off my app off my phone now just because of the simple fact is that like it just there's nothing like good about it. It doesn't make like you can have a take on wrestling and then someone can or a friend can make something really awesome and then someone comes along and said something like terrible about it or like some kind of bullshit and it just throws everybody up in arms and then like you got to come to the defense of the it's like yo, it's just too much. This is professional wrestling. Like it should be fun and we should be enjoying it, but like it's very toxic in that culture. And I'm just like, I don't need it anymore.
Uh, yeah, I think like I'm like one thing I don't have any patience for anymore is like videos of just like completely uh like having criticizing wrestling without any element of fun
Yeah,
or excitement towards it at all.
it's
I
crazy.
watch a lot of Magic the Gathering content because you know I love Magic,
Yeah,
and it happens there too. But over there, I understand a lot of the things people are upset about with that
yeah,
product. You know, they take a lot of shit for like basically like money gouging their fan base. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whereas like WWE doesn't do that really, you know. I don't know, like comparing the two products. I'm saying so a lot. I'm saying a lot of the ire over there, like I see their points more, you know.
Mm.
But at the same time, there's people they make no content explaining why they like the thing at all to the point where I'm like, then like do something different with your life and time,
Yeah.
you know. Like I will always like that's why it's like I never on this podcast went so far to be like, if this happens, I'm fucking out because it's just not true. I like wrestling too much, so I have to focus on the fun elements of it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And then have to have faith that like if that Vince's behavior would catch up to him or something. You know, and it did happen. I'm not, you know, and so I can voice my concerns when they're necessary, and they've happened over the years. But like at the end of the day, I'm just a fan of the art of professional wrestling, and I'm a fan here to support the careers of pro wrestlers who like put their like fucking body on the line to entertain me, you know?
I agree.
And I'm here for their art. Like, well, let's look at like Sami Zayn right now. I could get caught up in all the bullshit of WWE, right? And focus on that. But instead, I choose to look at it like Sami Zayn probably had these ideas. A lot of these ideas came from him. He fought for them, and I get to watch them and then applaud him, you know, for being an artist.
Hmm.
And that's like how I focus on it, you know? But you can look at WWE and get mad at them from a corporate perspective all the time, but then you're just not focused on wrestling, you know? And then probably your best bet, if that's your goal, your best bet is to just turn the thing off and go to indie shows and stuff, you
Hmm.
know? And what there's like other, you know, and support your local indie shows and stuff. Or the wrestlers you like in indie shows, go buy their shirts on like pro wrestling tees and stuff, you know? There's a
Hmm.
lot of ways you could do it. So that all being said, I don't know how I got there. We were talking about like, yeah, so that's what happens. But Twitter, I find to be the place where there's the most just full on fucking negative energy
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And wrestling Twitter especially has never interested me.
Hmm.
You could attest to that. I've never partook, you know. Uh, and the other element of wrestling happens is like a lot, which I've never liked, is like I've always the reason I don't. I've said this a million times, but like the reason I don't watch sports is because like sports rewards like this is my team, and it's like I was a fan of this team for this long, and blah blah blah. And I have no problem with fair weather wrestling fans. There should be marketry in the fan base as well. Like you could be a worker as a fan. You can come in and be like, yo, I've been a Miz fan forever, and you didn't like him yesterday. That's part of you being part of wrestling. It's fake, you know. Like you're an audience member. You choose to do that. You could switch allegiances all the time. Hit your old allegiances with a chair over the head. I love that, you know. So that you should be able to switch what shirt you're wearing tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which
I
I
love
like. Yeah, I have 140 wrestling shirts. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Anyway, let's look at the fucking crown jewel card quick, because boy, oh boy, this is a fucking really good show. You know.
All right, I
Yeah,
want.
Brock Bobby is, I think, the match that I think that match. To be honest, I think Reigns Paul is going to deliver, and people will be talking about it.
Mhm.
And mostly what people will say is like, this Logan Paul guy is still legit as shit. That's
Yeah.
what's going to happen. You know.
Uh-huh.
By
Yeah.
the way, Jake Paul is going to be there. He's probably going to be all bruised
That's what
up,
I
right?
say.
He got hit pretty hard from these clips I've seen of Anderson Silva match.
Yeah, he's fine.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's like a little kid. He's fine. What are those guys, like 26 or something? 30?
Yo,
Oldest?
real
Yeah.
quick, hold on. Did you see Chad Gable and Otis as Chippendales?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yo, they should get the Creed brothers from NXT with them. Make them a nice little stable. Always wanted that like all wrestling singlet stable kind of group, you know? Alpha Academy. Chad Gable's incredible. He deserves those guys with him. He can make those guys amazing.
So like Chad Gable's another guy, like talking about Sammy, right? He's gonna just have to find whatever his pivot is, and this might be it. It might not be. He might go far along with this, where he can do stuff like shoot stuff.
I think he's doing great.
Yeah,
I think he loves the lane he's in. He's involved in it. He's on TV every week, man. Every week. And he's always killing it. I really love him. I think he's incredible. I think he's a huge asset. He's like the new Dolph Ziggler kind of.
That's definitely for sure. He's definitely like a work rate machine, and he's doing really good work too. And I think he's doing a good job of pivoting, like the Sammy thing, you know. But I kind of have faith in him because he seems to be like finding it. But by the way, Bray's gonna be okay. I'm jumping all over the place. Bray's gonna be at Saudi. Did you see that?
Yes. Which is very interesting.
Very interesting because he's no booking there, right?
Who knows where that goes? So exciting.
You know what would be really cool? I thought about
Uncle
this.
Howdy.
That would be really cool if Bray, though I don't think Bray's headed. I think Bray's feud is gonna be kind of with himself here, you know. But Bray, be cool if Bray kind of Hannibal Lectered himself into having Austin Theory give him the briefcase. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like if he like kind of mentally manipulated him to be like, you're not worthy of that. That has to be given to me. You know? And then I think that something like that could be very cool. That Bray's walking around with the briefcase, but he's not. I know that kind of expires, but he's not concerned with cashing in on it. It's just about having it, you know?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going with Bray or how that's going to fit in at all. They've been very slow paced with the Bray stuff.
I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably see Bray tonight, right?
Yo, did you
wait? Is it pre-taped? SmackDown's got to be pre-taped. No.
No, no, because it's just not going to be wrestlers who are going to Saudi.
Oh, right. Else. So no.
So like you have that. That's why you have the Ray and the Gunther thing. I'm sure you have some other stuff.
Then it's sure non-booked guys. Got it.
Yeah. So the women.
That kind of sucks ass if you. It sucks ass if you like bought tickets to SmackDown and you're not going to.
But it's still going to be good. Did you see Shinsuke is wrestling the Great Muta?
No, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
In
Muta's still alive?
In a Japan event, like a Japanese show.
Triple H is just like letting him do it?
Yep. Because it's like I think his farewell tour or something like that. From wrestling with Hit Row and stacking dubs to wrestling the Great Moot.
That's pretty fun. How old is Great Muta?
I don't know. Just talk about Forbidden Door. That kind of opens up like a whole fucking wild thing.
He's 59 years old, the Great Muta.
Mm-hmm.
Restrictions in place for Shinsuke versus the Great Muta. NOA match.
Yo, did they get rid of that SmackDown announcer that used to do the Shinsuke Nakamura?
Don't know.
Where's that guy?
Don't know.
That guy was fucking awesome. Is he gone?
He's gone, bro. I had to let him go.
Baby, come back. All right, what else, man? What else on
I wanted so I'm saying Brock Lesnar, Bobby. Um, is there any chance you give Bobby a clean win over Brock here?
It's possible.
Feels pointless. I would just let Brock beat him, right?
Probably.
Yeah. That's just like why soften Brock to beat Bobby?
Yeah.
It's just silly, right? Just make Bobby look strong there.
Yeah.
Carl Anderson, he like skipped his New Japan match, right? Did they strip his
Apparently.
title?
He apparently that's what they said they were gonna do, and he said
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. So I don't know what's going on. Interesting.
Wait, that's not gonna happen. Like he's not gonna let them take the title.
That's what he was saying and shit. Yeah.
Let's see if there's any update on that. I'm curious because that's literally not happening right now. If they announce it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it says it's New Japan apparently breaking tradition to accommodate Carl Anderson.
Wow.
It appears that New Japan expects Carl Anderson to return in the coming months. Anderson reportedly is not going to be stripped of his Neverweight Open Championship, despite not appearing at this weekend.
Breaking news.
Anderson. Wow, cool. All right, looks like they're not going to take it off him. They should take it off him. They should take it off of him. Because even if they're not mad at him, just to make it a storyline, it's good attention, right?
Sure.
I would strip it off that motherfucker. Okay. Anyway, Braun Strowman almost pumped to see that.
If Braun doesn't come out with the green title, Braun's got to come out with the green title.
He's definitely not going to.
He has to.
It would be so funny, but Triple H is not going to let him do that.
Why not? Then it could be like the fucking monster title. It's green. Very monstery already.
I don't know.
It's a green monster. Just saying.
The rest of these matches are, good. Just two women's tag matches. That's cool. Alexa Bliss and Asuka won the tag titles. You know how I feel about the women's tag titles. Are just they've done really not that much for me.
Sasha Banks posted something earlier today saying that she's about to do something and it's going to be fucking crazy. Her words exactly. And I don't know what that involves, but whatever it is, I'm very excited about it. Sasha Banks is, I think Sasha Banks it's Roman 1, Sasha 2 right now of who's going to be the next big star. And I think Sasha actually has more of a crossover possibility.
I don't think Sasha has the personality to be a big crossover.
I think she does now. And I think she knows. I think she's very confident. I think she knows what she's capable of. I think we're gonna see whether she comes back in wrestling or if this is something completely different, or if it's more TV stuff. I think it's gonna be really fucking dope for Sasha. I hope it's wrestling because I don't think we've seen that next level of her, and I think that's what this era of for her could be for sure. But whatever, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you think we should see her in Saudi?
Would be interesting because I think Bayley's gonna win in Saudi.
Do you think she's gonna take the title off Bianca?
I think so. It feels like it's kind of crazy for her to lose again now. And then if Bayley wins, then that's where Sasha comes right back, or and then you have War Games coming up too, so everything gets kind of interesting. So
yeah, I mean, this card looks sick. I mean, it's Drew McIntyre carrying Cross in a cage. That's gonna be very cool. Strowman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, carrying Cross. Carrying Cross.
This is gonna be a great card.
Sucks.
I like that. Just Bray's gonna do something. It's fun. Yeah. No. Cool shit going on. I just the last thing I want to say, we didn't get to it really, is two things, which is that I reading more and more accounts saying that WWE's open to signing Punk, which I think is awesome. I love CM Punk, and CM Punk. I just love to see what that does, like what CM Punk does. Bro, just think about it this way.
I'm not thinking about
when you love to see CM Punk what would he even say on the microphone that he's jumping back to WWE? Like after his speech, you know what I mean? His whole spiel.
Yo,
I don't think it's gonna happen.
when did Jeff Jarrett actually did he get fired by WWE? I thought he just got hired as like the same thing that he just got hired by AEW. I thought that's what he was doing.
Another great point. Another great point. I was like, isn't Jeff Jarrett working at WWE? He's like, no, he doesn't. He's AEW's new director
When
of
did that
business
happen?
development.
But that's what he was doing.
November 2nd. Was it? Is the article I'm seeing?
So when did he leave WWE?
I have no idea, bro. There's like all those guys. You're like, they're hired, they're fired. You know, you're like, I don't know. But I was just gonna say how, boy, oh boy, is this? He's. The guy that I feel for is Jon Moxley right now, where I'm like, yes, he's thrown into this title picture, this title zone right now. What?
I don't feel for him.
I'm well, feel for him. Like, obviously, he's like a wealthy, very successful professional wrestler. He's doing great.
Like, no, I understand what you're saying. I understand the context of how you're saying it.
It's just a whack. It's just a whack situation for him to be champ.
Well,
he's supposed to take off, and that was good timing for him to take off. You know, I think they got to have MJF go over on him, and he's got to beat the absolute shit out of Moxley, and he's got to go take a break.
Yeah, I mean, well, he also just signed the big shiny new deal too. You know, for like another 5-year contract. So, I mean, I think it's not that I don't. When I say I don't feel for him, what I mean is that I think he really enjoys where he's at. So like, there's nothing to feel for him. Like he fucking loves this company and what he's doing. I think he's just riding this out right now because he's like kind of keeping it all together still. He's like doing the best with it, but like Tony's doing him no favors. This guy he's wrestling Lee Moriarty this week. In no offense to Lee, that's not a dig on Lee, but like like give this guy a fucking break. Why is he wrestling every fucking week? Like chill the fuck out. You got him getting ready for full gear. Like, stop throwing him into the ring. Start building the story outside the ring. I mean, every week he's got a fucking championship title match. It's like, chill. Just build the story. You can do it. Like,
Right. All right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get out of here, bro.
Hey, man.
I'm excited to watch fucking Crown Jewel. And let's get on the horn and talk about it.
Yeah, I could probably do it Sunday.
We'll text our schedule. We'll figure out. Let's not promise a time right now.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about a bonus episode. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. We're not talking about a bonus episode.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, good shit. Thanks for tuning in. We love talking professional wrestling for you folks. We love hanging out, talking shop with you. Everybody, patreon.com/community wrestling. And everybody, keep watching wrestling. Kisses. Cheers up.
Bye.